Good evening.
Okay, we're having our executive board meeting. Today is Thursday, January 28, 2016. The time is now 7 o'clock. At this time, we will have our invocation prayer by Bishop Johnson.
Let us pray. Gracious Father, we come at this hour, at this time, giving you praise and thanks. Asking you to guide us tonight through this session. We ask the Lord that you would just look upon them in a special manner. Bless our village in a special way, Lord, and we ask you, Lord, those that are going through, bless them right now. We ask you to look upon our president and our trustees, Lord. We ask you to strengthen them that they might be able to do the work that they have been elected to do. This we ask, this we accept as done in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Bishop. At this time, we have the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, clerk.
Trustee Corners.
Here.
Trustee Davis.
Here.
Trustee Judnita Smith.
Here.
Trustee Michael Smith.
Present.
Trustee Roberts.
Here.
Trustee Lavigne.
Present.
Also present is Economic Development Planner, John Thompson. I guess she was on this one. Now, we'll just move forward with the agenda. Adoption of the minutes, December the 10th, 2015, and January the 14th, 2016. Adoption of the minutes. Motion.
I make the motion. Second.
Motion to adopt the minutes for December the 10th, 2015, made by Trustee Fitzgerald and second by Trustee Raymond Lavigne. Roll call.
Trustee Corners.
Yes.
Trustee Davis.
Yes.
Trustee Judnita Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Michael Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Roberts.
Yes.
Trustee Lavigne.
Yes.
Okay. Motion carried. Minutes and section. Okay, adoption of the minutes for January 14th of 2016. Motion. Fair. Unfinished business discussion of pouring and gaming license for Speed Mart. Dave McWilliams. Not here. New business discussion of Felix Auto Service. Felix Soto. Step up.
Sorry.
He wants an application for a business license. You just applied for a business license?
Yes, correct.
Or we have a code enforcement officer, Fred Cody. Have you spoken with him already? No. Well, we have a code enforcement officer. You would have to speak with him to let him know this is what you want to do out here and see whether or not that it meets all the requirements and codes.
Okay.
You anticipate putting the village at 14311 Southwestern. Okay. So we will refer this over to the code enforcement officer.
Okay.
And once he check it out,
Okay.
he'll let us know whether or not it should be approved. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Ma'am, how long does that usually take?
How long does it usually take? It all depends. I think you'll be here on tomorrow. Okay, so maybe next week.
Okay. Can you please advise him to go next door to Colonel's Auto? You know, the little white building next door, because he has the key to the business. There's nobody in there now.
Okay, Mr. Cody has the key to the business?
No. Mr. Colonel has it. The owner
Oh,
of the
he has the
building.
key. Oh, that's the place you all trying to get.
Well, it's the garage next door to him. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Cody have to go and see him and get the key.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, I got that. Okay, so we'll relay the message to Mr. Cody.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Trustee Judnita Smith? He comes in on Friday sometimes. Okay. Wait around, we'll give this to him. Okay, moving forward with the, next would be discussion of selected members for the Planning and Zoning Board. Trustee Raymond Lavigne.
I have, just some names that I would like to have in my committee. And I'd like the board to take a look at it, and with the board approval, to select these members that I have for the zoning committee. People I selected on, they,
These people you recommending?
yes,
Okay, recommending, okay.
and I'd like to go to look at the names.
So, would you just go by choosing the people at random? How do you come up with
Well-
people have some type of experience or?
Well,
Just-
it was suggested to me to choose people that's in the community. One of them is a business owner, and they said, it was suggested to also, select 2 residents. So we do have a known business person that I've been and talked to, and he do have a business out here, and he said he would like to be a part of that. And then I got 2 residents.
What business does he have?
Tire Unlimited.
Which one is that?
143rd and Western.
Which one is it on the list?
That's his name is Nicholas.
Number
Fitzgerald.
5?
Yes.
Okay, got tire.
Tire. Right.
And they accepted it, right?
Yes.
And,
Go ahead. Tire.
I think trustee would like to have appointed to the board, co-chair myself, trustee Roberts as the co-chair. Tuli, Muse, and myself would be staff for the board. Ray Cody would also be staff to the community codes of the village. And we would like to appoint up to 5 or an odd number of board members. And this is just the start of trying to design a planning and zoning board. So we are working, yes, we probably move forward. We're looking at a church person, someone from the school district, someone from any other public factors, and business folk, people to assist in being on the planning and zoning.
well, Bishop,
Well, I mean, these are things, this is just
Getting started.
initiative.
oh, okay, okay.
Initiating
So in other words, we have
planning and
1,
zoning
2, we only have 3.
We only have 3.
3 possible people. that-
Okay, 3, okay, okay.
Gotcha.
I know.
Okay, just 1 second.
And we,
All right, let's talk.
trustee would take figures on that people recommend, and then you can approve it. This isn't a final approval. I think what we're doing is just introducing that we're starting the planning and zoning board, which the village does need to have for future planning and zoning of the village. And it's just to be a recommending board, it's not a final, it's not the final decision. The final decision still lays with the present board.
But I, in all due respect, I feel that we need to reach out to the people. We may have someone who would like to volunteer to do this, if they are aware.
Right.
The first thing they're gonna say, well, we didn't know about it, you know.
It's just the beginning of a list that you can support.
I understand.
Trustee is just giving you his people that he would like to try to start a board who already asked, approved that they would.
And then the other,
Okay.
and
There's
then
no
the other,
positive voting necessary.
right, and then the other 4, if I have 7, if the other 4 be reached out to the village, but these are the people I like to start off with. Because my first meeting is actually the first Thursday of the month. So
First
these are
Thursday.
these 3 people, just to
Okay,
get
so-
started.
Okay, so the first, excuse me, so the first Thursday of the month would be, February the what?
4.
4th, okay. Okay, trustee Maxine.
This is a excellent idea. However, the ordinance has to be drafted. It must come through the legislative committee. which I do sit as the chairperson. So, we will have a meeting the first, week in, February, and we'll put the particulars together, because when you're talking about a zoning commission, it sits of 7 members, and the members are selected, by, of course, the village president with the advice and consent of the board of trustees. And these members will hear, zoning issues, as well as when you talk about a business trying to come in. And we're in the midst of taking a look and drafting that ordinance together. We did pass the motion at the last meeting for us to actually get the attorneys to engage in drafting it, because before the board is created, it got to first be done by ordinance. And we want to work together with the Planning and Zoning Commission so that we can draft this ordinance and get it into compliance, because that is one recommendation that CMAP gave us for the plan for the village of Dixmoor.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, we already have that in place.
We have one.
Mr.
It's not-
Zeno,
like
Mr.
you
Zeno,
change
yeah, we already have one in
We
place.
have
So
a
if you want
ordinance.
to, yes, we do.
And we just-
That ordinance does not exist. I am the chairman. I've looked through all of the ordinances of the village, and that ordinance does not exist. What happened was the village just accepted a commission at that time, but it was not a duly put ordinance in place.
That's a great thing to know, and we would move forward with it at your, I think you'd like to proceed, man. And trustee, I mean, I'm not trying to oversee anyone, I'm just trying to inform you that we're trying to move forward with the CMAP's design, that we received all of those assistance from CMAP to design the board. And that's all we were trying to do, and I appreciate trustee, sitting with us, and we were working with him to let this get started. So this procedure would be here to take some of the pressure off of our present work, so that the recommendation and all the footwork is done in advance. Like any other committee, it would just be a subcommittee of the president.
Okay,
And
thank you very much, and thank you for your effort.
And also, I wanted to reach out to the pastor here, but he wasn't here last week. But I would like for you to also, planning on some committee, if you are interested, or to know you. And since we're gonna decide on these 3 names I have now, it'd be a pleasure to do the voting right now.
You said you'll meet the first Thursday. I'll come and see how much time it would take. And thank you for doing it, because anytime you're gonna make a zoning vote, there should be a minister somewhere on it, because we're a business also.
That's already in the process.
No, I know just in case, because 2 things will be from the groundwork. And if there is a board, zoning board was already in, they should have had one, you have to make an amendment. You can't just bring up another one. You have to make an amendment to that one to improve it, or whatever you're gonna do. You gotta make an amendment to that. You can't erase it out because it's already in the system. And it gotta be done that way.
But there was a ordinance that was done during the tenure of our former mayor, and with the Zeno was the attorney, managed attorney, so we have one, we just got to sign it. Okay, so I will help you to do that.
Did you say first Thursday of next month?
Yeah, first Thursday of every month.
Okay, that's February 4th. You got a time?
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
Discussion.
Excuse me. Okay, we will keep things in decent and order, respectfully.
Discussion.
Trustee Lavigne, you have the floor. Would you like to continue the discussion?
Soon as you can, Pastor.
I'm finished.
Okay.
Okay, Trustee Michael.
As the entire board knows, CMAP took documents from the village. And in order to come up with their recommendations, they looked through minutes, they looked through ordinances, they looked through resolutions. The village did not have a resolution or ordinance in place. And what I did when I first took over as the chairman of the legislative committee, so that we could get our ordinances together and making sure that they're all codified, is I took time and I looked through each and every ordinance that was sent to me by the attorney, by the clerk, and we do not have an ordinance or a resolution creating a planning and zoning board. It does not exist. What it was there was a verbal motion put forth, and we accepted those members, but there was not an ordinance nor a resolution. And I caution the board to take a look at also what was sent to you, and you'll find out the same result as I did.
Okay, thank you. Moving forward, department and committee reports by committee chairs and voting departments, so you don't have to go into details of what your committee meeting entail. Just give us a little brief, whatever you need. We don't need details. Okay, and you can give, your committee report to the clerk. Okay, all right, so the first thing we're gonna do, the first one will be the Finance and Appropriation Committee. Approval bills, Chairperson, Trustee Michael Smith, and Treasurer Louis Williams.
First, I'd like to say good evening to the residents. We had a meeting on Monday, January the 25th. We discussed several things. One was the committee was asking for all the outstanding bills, unpaid bills for the village. And the amount of unpaid bills that the village has currently is $421,920.74. It was a detailed report that was sent by the treasurer. Also, we asked for an update on the audit. We put on the phone Mrs. Walker, who actually sent out a status of the audit for 2008, and she stated by the 31st, we will receive a draft. She would then have a meeting with the Finance Committee, as well as the village president and the treasurer, to move forward on getting that draft approved and getting the audit submitted to the comptroller's office. We also discussed the bills. However, we are not able to vote on the bills tonight due to the fact that the treasurer wasn't available to answer several questions we had, and we had several questions directed at some of the vendors' bills. We also will be moving forward with working on our appropriation ordinance so that we can get it into place, so that we will not be late this year in submitting the appropriation ordinance. So the committee will begin discussion, which will begin in closed session, and then we will move out to the public and introduce it to the public as well as the department heads. The other thing that we discussed was eliminating the two water from Hinckley, and possibly having our superintendent to install water fountains, as well as the Smithereen contract. We made a recommendation to terminate it. Other than that, that was pretty much it of what we discussed. So I will ask the board soliciting a motion to eliminate the Smithereen contract, as well as when we do get the water fountains in place, to eliminate the Hinckley contract.
Discussion?
Mayor,
Yes.
if you're gonna have that as a item on your agenda, you have to, that has to be on your agenda. That doesn't mean the agenda suggests that you're gonna be eliminating contracts. So there's no notice to the public. You can have a discussion about that, but you can't take action on that type of matter without giving the public a little bit of time.
All due respect, Attorney Thompson, we first wasn't going to do that. We understand that it must be on the agenda. The discussion was that once we get some things in place, we will be looking to eliminate, because right now we can't eliminate the Hinckley because there's no other public area in which, in the facility, the residents can get water, as well as we must have a talk with our superintendent of public works to see what the plan will be to keep up with the pest control. So once that is discussed, the committee said we would bring it to the board to act and make sure that it's on the agenda to be eliminated. So those were just discussion items.
All right, so thank you. So there's no action that's needed up under finance, okay?
No,
So
we can't.
okay, Public Works and Water Committee, Chairperson Fitzgerald and Superintendent Hubert Darden.
Square Board. Number one, we still lacking our backhoe, we need that very badly. It's possible we might have a water main break somewhere, they're checking it out every morning because our water did go up a little bit. We don't know if that comes from someone pipe busting in the house. Also, ComEd has been cut, they trimmed the alleys. Got the alleys trimmed, we see down through the alleys real good. And Public Works is doing their job working. If anyone have a problem and needs something done, please, come into the office and fill out a form where we can, stay on top of, things and work that need to be done here in the town. Also, we will be asking for the, money for the, big orange truck to get out the shop. So, I'll be coming back to you guys with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Roberts. Police and Fire Committee, Chairperson Trustee Judnita Smith and Chief Ernest and Chief Jason Bell. You have a report?
We do not have a report.
Okay.
We did, well, as the board know, we did meet, was that Tuesday night, and we talked about the litigation. But as of right now, we do not have a report. We will meet the third Thursday of February as a committee.
What is the date? The third Thursday?
Yes.
18.
The 18th?
Yes.
February the 18th, what
We will
time,
be
Trustee?
meeting- We will meet at 4:30, the third Thursday of each month. The committee will be meeting.
Okay. Thank you. Legislation Committee Chairperson Trustee Michael Smith, Code, I think you've done some part of it already. Enforced Officer Fred Cody.
What we discussed in the last legislative meeting and we brought it to the board was the drafting of 3 ordinances. One was the ordinance to deal with amending the ordinance with the expenditure of $250. We wanted to do it to just a month, limit it to just a month. We voted on that. The second one was to develop an ordinance creating the Planning and Zoning Commission. The third ordinance was to deal with the mobile home park, which was to get the language added in there, the chapter and the section in which what was going to be amended. And that was pretty much it. The other thing that I do want to make caution as legislation committee is that there are 2 bills that was filed in the House. One is HB 4434, dealing with the filing of municipal tax levy. That will affect the municipalities, as well as the bill HJRCA 0044, which is dealing with the recall of elected officials. So I caution that you guys take a look at those bills submitted in the House.
Thank you. Moving forward. Thank you, Trustee Michael Smith. The Youth Committee. No report, okay. Senior Committee, Chairperson Trustee Judnita Smith, approval of $700 for Sweetheart Luncheon for Seniors. Trustee Judnita Smith.
I spoke on this, the meeting before. We will be hosting Sweetheart Luncheon on the 13th of February, and I'm asking the board to approve $700. I'm asking 147. I'm asking to host that Sweetheart Luncheon at King Elementary School, but I do not have the approval from the board as of yet. They will be, I did submit the request, but I have to wait until their board meeting on this upcoming Monday. But I'm asking for $700. What I do not use, of course, I will return it back to the building. But as of right now, we will need the $700. The event will take place on February 13th from 12 to 3 o'clock. We will have games, there will be food, and it's for seniors 50 and up. For all Dixmoor residents,
Only,
only.
so that's your ID.
No, you don't have to bring it.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking.
You don't need it.
Okay, so,
We're asking, Dixmoor residents, but you don't need it.
okay, thank you. Okay, you have a motion?
I make that motion.
Second.
Okay, it has been moved by trustee Michael Smith and second by trustee Fitzgerald Robert for approval of $700 for the Sweetheart Senior Luncheon. Roll call?
Trustee Corners,
Yes.
trustee Davis. Yes. Trustee Judnita Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Michael Smith,
Aye.
trustee Roberts.
Yes.
Trustee Lavigne.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, Economic Development Plan and Zoning Committee, Chairperson trustee Raymond Lavigne and planner John Thompson.
Turn it over to Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Thompson?
Good evening, trustee mayor, so citizens, quick report and a quick couple of requests for bills that I'd like to approve. First thing is, we have received our letter, and we are now part of the Calumet Enterprise Zone, which is a big benefit to the village itself, because any incoming businesses that are going to be built, they'll get a discount in the enterprise zone. So for what their supplies are, for the building supplies, we get a big reduction. So it's good that we can invite a huge company in and give them that reduction as part of the plan and development. So it's a very good asset for the village to have. We also had a meeting with Mr. Ron Smith, and we would like to come to the financial committee to go over the bills, and I will have, so we can review them, which ones should be paid, and which ones, because it hasn't been paid at all, but we need to review and ask them for backup on all the documentation so that we can move forward to pay our engineering services. CDBG program for 2014, we have completed that project for the whole $250,000. We will be billing and paying out our contractors and administration costs. And as of probably the end of February, 1st of March, we will start our 2015-2016 grant, which is $200,000 to complete other infrastructure projects, including water, sewer, street improvements, maybe hydrants, and any lights that are we can service at that time with the funds, which is another good asset for the village to improve our streets. I think the streets that were just completed look very nice, and we have other projects going. Also, it's out there, you can see it. The land, we do have, Attorney Fountain did go out to initiate the certificates that needed to be done for all of the properties, because we had to have it done I'm asking for the approval of her payment, which was submitted. I wasn't here to discuss it, but it was for $4,272.24. That was to go out for certificates so that we can acquire our deeds for the Cook County properties, which we've already invested in. These are the areas with, I think, within the Judnita, also the townhouses, and all of these funds will be incurred when the property is developed. That approval, and we do have some America title insurance company bills that are possibly maybe $400. That's all for the other title searches that are done on the most recent properties that we went to attend. We did find out the village is now officially back in the village's name. It's not on the scavenger list anymore, and that includes the police department, the fire department, and the village hall. The other property that was at the end where Public Works is located, it's so old, they couldn't find it in the warehouse, and they can't find the information in the vaults. So they're still looking for this information to find if the ownership papers, and if not, then they will submit a certificate of deed in that property, but they have to do the research. So it's still in the hopper, but hopefully we'll have that property real soon also. And that's the end of my report. Any questions?
Yeah, excuse me.
I have a question. Now, I did hear you say that there are some bills that has not been paid. And this is since we're talking about bills that have not been paid, and Mr. Thompson did say this, board, we are going to have to discuss this issue, pertaining to, pertaining to, no.
I'm sorry,
It's pertaining to the bills, because we do have some bills, other bills that we will have to meet on this evening to have paid. We have to meet on this issue maybe after the meeting, because we have, some bills, and Mr. Williams is not here, and this is like the fourth meeting. I don't know what's going on. This is the fourth meeting that he has not attended. I don't know why. And we really need to have these bills paid this evening. I have the Delgado group that needs to be paid, so we have to, discuss this. I know he passed finance, but, since he did say there are bills that need to be paid, we have to, get this done this evening.
Trustee, this is our meeting, we can't have it stuck for the meeting without having a,
Okay. Well,
giving public notice and that sort of thing. If you wanna make a motion regarding the bills, you can do that, but we can't close this meeting and have another meeting without violating the open meeting.
okay, okay, so since we're still in the meeting and we did discuss, well, he did bring up, there are some bills that we have to have paid, and we did, make a motion some meetings ago that we only sign these checks on Thursday. We will have to, I don't know what we need to do this evening because we don't have our treasurer here, but we have several bills that need to be paid.
I understand. Did you get the financial report as to what the balances are in your account? Did you receive anything? As to how much money is available?
No, we haven't spoken with the treasurer.
Okay, no, I thought that he had sent an email to you, for the balances.
We haven't received the email, you have not received the email because whenever he sent us anything, he sent it to you. So he has not been, I know, he hasn't been responding.
Okay, well, he's supposed to have been here tonight, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Maybe, I don't know, but this is, like I said, this is the fourth meeting. Trustee Smith has reached out to him, I've reached out to him, and I'm not getting any responses, and, we have vendors that's not being paid. Okay, well, like I said, excuse me, like I said, trustee, he's not here, and, we can bring it to his attention. I don't know, I haven't got no message yet, you know, he might still show up.
I'm hoping he will.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving forward,
Discussion.
we don't, but it's not about piggyback on the bills, no.
Is the piggyback that we as the, board and the village, we are paying someone $72,000. If he can't make the meetings and so forth, maybe we need to start looking elsewhere.
Okay.
Because it don't make no sense. If he can't make the meeting, and we've been constantly asking him to appear at the meetings, he has no excuse, he's not saying nothing to no one, maybe we need to start looking somewhere else.
Thank you.
For a matter of record, clerk.
Insurance, Risk Management, and Personnel Committee Person, Trustee Judnita Smith. Human Resource, Sheila Ashley. I haven't gotten a message from her. I know that she had a doctor's appointment this evening, so she hasn't, said whether or not she was able to make it. But, she was here earlier today, and she, was healed, and she did go to the doctor. So, now, I haven't got nothing back on that. And tomorrow is her last day.
Now, that's what, I've asked, now I've tried to reach out to Ms. Ashley because she's our HR. And it's very important, as you have stated, that she's going to be, I guess, leaving. I've tried to reach out to Ms. Ashley, and for some apparent reason, I've been very disrespected. And I would like the board to hear, along with the public, the email that was sent, and I want this as a matter of record. Would you please read it for me? Thank you. Yes, I for a matter of record. Yes, she can read it. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I have been informed some village employees have been instructed to report to Ingalls Hospital for a fit-to-duty physical. Please email me the following: 1, policy or procedure. 2, list of employees that are required to take the physical, and I am sure the policy gives an explanation. 3, who covers the cost? Will you be available to meet tomorrow 9:30 to 10? Please let me know. Thank you.
That was from me to our HR. Now HR's response.
Fitness for duty is in your labor contracts for every department. Please view your labor contracts for answers to your questions. Employees returning from LOA on disability and prescription drugs can be required at any time to take a fitness for duty physical in an effort to cover the village from costly accidents and to ensure the employee is fit to do the job. Yes, the village pays for a fitness of duty. No, I will not be able to meet with you tomorrow unless the village president, village attorney, and my attorney is present. Thank you.
Now, this is the email that I sent to the mayor.
Good morning. Mayor Armstrong, you have informed the board and I, Ms. Ashley, last day working is Friday, January 29th. Ms. Ashley has not attended any of the village board meetings, which is unfair to other department heads. We have had major insurance problems, including a drastic increase in the village health insurance policy and coverage, changes that the village board has no knowledge of. I asked you to have Ms. Ashley appear before the village board January 14th to discuss and explain the above issues, along with the report of what is taking place with the village, other insurance, and she did not attend. I request to meet with her today pertaining to village HR business, and she refused without attorney representation. This type of behavior coming from an employee is absurd and cannot be tolerated. Once again, Mayor, I and other board members request that you tell Ms. Ashley we are requesting her presence at the board meeting tomorrow, January 29th, to discuss the village employees' health insurance and other insurance they made open and active. Thank you.
And because of this, Mayor, I wanted that as a matter of record. That should be written up. She should be written up. She should be here. Once again, we don't know anything. You're telling us that she is going to be, tomorrow's her last day. I should not have to walk around on, nor any other trustees, pins and needles. This is an employee. And we do not have to pay an attorney to sit with an employee. A board, Mayor, you need to address this. Thank you. And she's not here this evening, and we don't know what's going on with the insurance or other insurance. Okay, thank you. You can put that in the minutes.
Clerk's report.
Village clerk.
Excuse me. So Trustee Yolanda Williams Corner, she's sponsoring a community trip to the Field Museum Friday, February 12th, 2016. It's $2 per person, round trip bus transportation. Bus will leave at 9 a.m. and return at 4 p.m. And the entrance for the museum is free to all Illinois residents for the month of February.
Thank you. Any other announcements?
Oh, I have an announcement. Clerk, I gave you another announcement for our community meeting. Can you read that one?
The community
Yes.
planning.
Yeah.
Also, there's a community planning meeting, February 18th, 2016, at 6 p.m. Renters and property owners, please attend. Your input is needed. And you said that's February 18th. Is located here.
That will be here in the Village Hall, February the 18th, 6 p.m. here in the Village Hall. Thank you.
All right, the mayor's report and proposed appointments. Mayor Dorothy B. Armstrong, appointment of the HR director. At the last board meeting, I did, brought forward a, person of experience, a person of professionalism, and a person that, has knowledge of the HR duties and responsibilities. I was very much aware, and I let the board know that Ms. Ashley was leaving on tomorrow. Tomorrow would be her last day. She would be going on maternity leave. So this might sound personal, but Ms. Ashley has been encountering a lot of medical problems, complications during her pregnancy. So that's a reason as to why a lot of times that she doesn't appear at the board meetings. Also, there is a EEO complaint filed against the village and board members, and that's why a statement was made about the attorney has to be, we like the attorneys and the mayor ought to be present during that meeting because of this pending litigation. So I have brought to the board's attention that we are going to need replacement of HR. Everything about employees are strictly confidential, and we as trustees are not employees, so therefore they would not have rights to dealing with employees' personnel files. So it's very important that our employees have someone there for them during the absence or Mrs. Ashley. So at this time, I got Ms. Leslie Randall, which I had that came to the board at the last board meeting to be the temporary HR here for the village of Dixmoor.
I make a motion to table that appointment.
Second.
Discussion.
I'll make the motion to,
Roll call, no discussion.
On a, motion table, there's no discussion.
Roll call.
Okay.
Just so it's clear, trustee, you can table it for one meeting. You can't table,
Indefinitely.
you can't table this indefinitely.
I'm tabling it until the next meeting, and also made record that this employee or person, whoever it is, trying to take this seat, does not get paid. I want this a part of the motion.
Trustee,
It
you have a
does
motion
not-
to table.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
motion.
So it's not debated, and
I'll
no
put a
discussion.
second
No,
motion
no,
out.
you just,
I'll put a second motion out.
there's no second motion.
I'll do a second
No-
motion.
No second motion, out of order. Out of order.
So the motion on the table is the motion, excuse me, the motion on the floor, the motion to table an appointment of a temporary HR director. Everybody understand?
Yeah,
It was-
that's the
moved
motion.
and second.
Second. Roll call.
Trustee Corners,
Yes.
trustee Davis,
You said no discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
trustee Judnita Smith,
yeah,
trustee Michael Smith,
Aye.
trustee Robert,
Yes.
trustee Lavigne.
Yes.
Moving forward, the motion carried.
Madam
Attorneys
President.
report, Corporation Counsel, Hubert Thompson, and Legislative Counsel, Yellow Group.
Mayor, I have no report.
No report, Mayor.
Ordinances and resolutions, public comment. At this time, we have public comment. Public comment. Public comment.
discussion. With the attorney's report.
There was no return report, this was stated. They both said was no alternative report. That's why we have public comment.
Corporate, you don't have anything to give to the